Hello, this is Steve Thoele, Principal Broker with Premier Property Group, and bringing you another update on the McMinnville real estate market. This update will be covering the last 8 weeks of market activity, ending this past Sunday, April 9th. So hope you had a great Easter weekend, even though it was wet, and wet again here this morning, recording this on a Monday morning. So hopefully we have some better weather ahead. So anyway, on with the update. I'm going to share my screen with you now and go through the info with you. Always want to put a plug in for this YouTube channel. So if you already haven't done so, please hit the subscribe button before you leave if you find value in this. It's a really great way for you to stay up to date on what's happening in your local real estate market. So on with the update. First off, we'll look at active listing activity. Last week, we only had 5 new listings come on the market in McMinnville. So it's a pretty slow week in terms of new properties coming on the market. As you can kind of see, it's a low for the past 8 weeks in terms of new listings, and then finished the week with a total of 44 homes active on the market. You can kind of see that's down a little bit from where it was weeks prior, but relatively close range. It had a low of 36 and a high of 50, so we're kind of in the between that. Median list price and days on market for the active listings. List price has kind of come down a bit from its highs. We had a high of 565 for a couple weeks here. This last week was down a few thousand to 547,000. And then days on market, you can kind of see it's kind of gone up and down a little bit. We had a low of 17, and this last week actually kind of hit a slight high for the 8 weeks at 32 days of average market time for these current 44 homes on the market. Moving along to pending sales. This last week, I showed we had 11 new pendings in McMinnville, and you can kind of see that that's been fairly steady for the past 3 weeks. And ended the week with 49 homes in pending status, which you can kind of see matches kind of a high point for the past 8 weeks here, but it's been very steady, particularly over the past 4 or 5 weeks. As you can kind of see, it's been just between a listing or two of total pendings. So definitely seeing a consistency in demand pendings. And then the median price and days on market for those pendings, you can kind of see where that's tracked. Had a low of 460 8 weeks back, and got up to 487 for a couple weeks, about a month back. And then last couple weeks, it's declined a bit. This past week came in at 473,000 for the median list price for the most recent 49 properties in pending status. And then days on market, you can kind of see that that's been between 10 and 17 days. Got up to 17 here about 6 weeks back, and has been trailing down to, again, 10 this last week. And then lastly, we'll look at sold listing activity. So as of the time I put the info together here, I showed last week we had 5 properties cross over from pending to sold. You kind of see the last 2 weeks has been a little slow in terms of closings after a little surge we had here about 3 weeks back where we had 18 in 1 week. And then when I look over the prior 4 weeks of closings on a week-by-week basis, you can kind of see we have definitely increased from where we started. We had a low of 15 closings over the prior 4 weeks, 8 weeks back, and then that built up to a high of 39 3 weeks ago. And the last couple of weeks it has been coming down because of lower numbers here. And then the median sold price and days on market for those solds, you can kind of see it was pretty consistent for quite a while. Although it popped up this last week, we were at a low of 445, and it would, like I said, stayed around the 450, 460 range. This last week popped up to 490 for the median price of these most recent 31 sales in McMinnville. And then days on market, you can kind of see where that's come from. We had a high of 33 days 8 weeks back. That dipped down to a low of 9 days about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and then it has been coming back up a little bit over the past few weeks. This last week came in at 21 days of average market time, so about 3 weeks of average market time for these most recent 31 homes that have sold in McMinnville. And then finally, we'll look at the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. Red bars is that weeks of inventory number. And it has been coming down, as you can kind of see. We had a high of 11, a little over 11 weeks of inventory 8 weeks back, and fell clear down to a little under 5 weeks 3 weeks ago when we had that big surge of closings. Last couple of weeks has been a little under 6 weeks of inventory. So only about a month and a half right now of active inventory in McMinnville based upon current sales activity. And then the sale price as a percent of the original list price, you can kind of see that has been pretty flat here over the past month or so, right around 98, 99%. This last week was right in the middle of that at about 98.5. So sellers getting relatively close to their full asking price for homes that have been closing here as of late in McMinnville. So all in all, definitely we've kind of tipped back over to a really pretty active seller's market, driven by just very limited inventory, homes for sale, and then demand has been pretty steady over the past month or so, which has kind of driven these numbers down. So that is kind of where we stand today. So hope that was helpful as always. If I can ever answer any questions or be of help, if you're looking to buy or sell a home, would love to see if I could be of help to you. My number is down below, along with my email in the comments below the video. So feel free to reach out to me. And also down there is a couple links to my most recent buyer and seller guides. They're a really great resource for you. So I encourage you to click those links, get those guides, and really appreciate you watching and tuning in as always. Hope you have a great day and week ahead, and we'll see you on the next update.